Welcome back to Mock Draft Mondays. I am Robin Marks. Welcome to the Game Pick Podcast. Yo, this morning is rough. My alarm went off and I was like, oh my God, I don't believe I'm doing this. Listen, man, when you got a mission to redeem yourself from losing in multiple championship games, you wake up and you train, and that's what this is about. So, if in fact you are a fantasy basketball owner, player who is looking to improve on what you did last year, then wake up every morning with me because that's what we're going to do. With that said, if you guys love fantasy basketball, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel and also hit us with a like. We are going to do a 12 team mock draft this morning, and we're going to be drafting from the 10th position. From the 10th position. We've been drafting on the Sleeper app. The reason being is I can actually pick the schedule the day that we want to actually draft, and also I can invite people. On the other sites, I just don't have the time to kind of just wait around for uh a draft to occur and then kind of line up my schedule around that. Like, I'm not doing all of that. So, as I always say, the rankings on each of these platforms, whether it's Yahoo, whether it's ESPN, whether it's Sleeper, are going to all vary. You really need to make your own determination. So I wouldn't trust those projected, rankings and where they have players. If there's a player that you want, like let's say Kawhi Leonard, that's going a little lower and you want to move him up, then you make that move. You can use platforms like Basketball Monster, hashtag basketball, to kind of, get a better idea of what the consolidated rankings look like if you take all of those platforms and kind of stick them together. But at the end of the day, you really got to make your own determination. So we are going to go ahead and share our screen. We're not wasting any time this morning, man. We're going to jump right in. Um, to see what's happening with this draft. We do have Rapsin 6. Looks like he's going to be joining us, which is really cool. We've had a couple of people who have been brave enough to wake up in the morning and draft with us, so we're really hyped. Again, I'm going to be drafting from the 10th position. Let's go ahead and start the draft. Let's do it. Okay, so number 1 is Nikola Jokic. Number 2 is Luka Doncic. And then my man Rapsin 6 picks Giannis Antetokounmpo. Great pick. I love Giannis at 3. We have Joel Embiid at 4, Tatum at 5, LaMelo Ball at 6, Trae Young at 7, Cade Cunningham at 8. A little early for Cade for me. Then we have Karl Anthony Towns, and then we are up with the 10th pick. So right here, we have a lot of options. Devin Booker is an interesting option. John Morant, Anthony Edwards, Steph Curry, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, DeJounte Murray, Jaren Jackson, Kevin Durant is here, Bam Adebayo, James Harden. So for me, honestly, I believe James Harden is going to continue to be a fantasy, stud for years to come. However, this is a mock draft, and I think that I can get him on the turn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go ahead and grab Kevin Durant here. I know there's a lot of question marks around Kevin Durant, but if he can stay healthy and if he's on the floor, he's gonna be a top 10 fantasy contributor. So I'm gonna grab Kevin Durant here. Number 11 is John Morant. Then 12 is Tyrese Halliburton. Then at the top of the second round goes Anthony Edwards, Darius Garland, and I still have the opportunity to grab James Harden. So I'm going to grab James Harden with my second pick. So he's the third pick in the second round. After that is Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, DeJounte Murray, SGA, Steph Curry goes, good pick. Mobley's up. And then Rapson 6 takes Anthony Davis. I'm not crazy about that pick. We'll come back to why. Zach LaVine goes with the 11th pick in the second round, and the last pick of the second round is Bam Adebayo. Then at the top of the third is Jaren Jackson, and we'll give a breakdown of the rest of the people from round 3 after I make my pick. So here I am with the 10th pick in the third round. On the board, still available, we have Damian Lillard, Chet Holmgren, Kyrie Irving, Paul George, Josh Giddey, Bradley Beal, Rudy Gobert, LeBron James. I've been drafting a lot of LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, Brandon Ingram, John Collins, Kawhi Leonard. I don't know about the back-to-back, so I have some concerns about Kawhi, but he's still a good value here. Listen, LeBron James is playing like summer league games right now. Like he was just playing in the crossover Pan Am games in Portland. You know what I'm saying? So like LeBron James is going to play. You know, he's going to be active. I don't think he's going to be resting too much. I think he wants to finish his career strong and chase after Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's scoring record. So I'm going to grab LeBron James in the third round. I'll take it. What a deal. So then we had after Jaren Jackson was Fred VanVleet, and then I'm up again with the third pick in the fourth round. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take a look at the field here. We got Kyrie Irving. As much as I would like to take Kyrie Irving here, I'm really scared, really nervous about doing it. Again, if he plays, he could be a league winner if you grab him this late, but I have concerns. I like Brandon Ingram here. Also interested in Kawhi Leonard. Alfred Şengün is hanging around. We got we have Anthony Simons, DeMar DeRozan. So DeMar DeRozan is one of the people that I'm drafting everywhere. I have a lot of faith in what he can do. And again, people like Kyrie. If Kyrie plays, he could be a league winner. But for me, I've already taken the risk in this mock on Kevin Durant. So I'd rather not also take the risk of, having Kyrie, his buddy, as well. And DeMar DeRozan is available for 3 positions. He has eligibility for a shooting guard, small forward, and power forward here. So I'm going to take DeMar DeRozan. Okay, so let's catch up. Fred VanVleet went after Jaren Jackson. Then we had Scotty Barnes, Zion Williamson, Jaylen Brown, Siakam, Sabonis, Jarrett Allen, Ayton. I drafted LeBron James, Chet Holmgren, which is a little early. Lillard goes after that. Then at the top of the fourth, we got Gobert, George, DeRozan I picked, Giddey, Beal, Kyrie Irving, De'Aaron Fox, Time Lord, Robert Williams, Simmons, Ben Simmons, that is, Ingram, Smith, Maxey, Leonard as the top of the fifth, Murray, Green, Anunoby, Bridges, Collins, Butler, Middleton, Lonzo Ball, and then I'm back up. We're all caught up. I am picking at the 10th position in the 5th round. Alfred Şengün is here, Desmond Bane, Kristaps Porzingis, Paolo Banchero is still here. I might reach for Paolo because, listen, man, I don't typically draft rookies this early. Let me see. Nikola Vucevic, Julius Randle, Miles Turner, Franz Wagner, Jonas Valanciunas. I love him there. Yeah, man. Jalen Suggs, CJ McCollum. Yeah, man. I might have to grab Paolo. And the thing is too, like, you never know what to expect from a rookie, right? But I think in this mock, I haven't had in this mock draft series of Mock Draft Mondays, I have not drafted Chet or Banchero yet. So I'm gonna just take the leap. Paulo, come on home to your boy. So that sounded wrong. Holiday is after Banchero. Then we have Şengün. At the top of the 6th, we got Desmond Bane. Then Wendell Carter Jr. I'm not drafting Wendell Carter Jr. in the 6th round like that. I don't know what's up with that. So Michael Porter Jr. is available. Really concerned about his health. Kristaps Porzingis, I'd love to draft him here, but again, I have some concerns about his health. Jordan Poole, Anthony Simons, Nikola Vucevic. I like Vucevic here. I think that's what I'm leaning towards. Julius Randle, I think that he's in a constant decline over the last few years since his like breakout year in New York. We haven't seen anything from him. Miles Bridges, stay away from him. With a 20-foot pole, I wouldn't touch him. Stay away. Franz Wagner, I like here. Jonas Valanciunas, I also like here. But I'm going to grab Vucevic. Again, I have DeMar DeRozan already. There might be a trade with one of these guys. Who knows? But let's grab him. I'll take him. After that is Michael Porter Jr., Jordan Poole, Porzingis. Anthony Simons goes with the 7th pick in the 6th round. Terry Rozier, Miles Turner, and then my man Raps in 6. So Raps in 6 so far, just to recap his team, he grabbed Giannis in the 1st round, Anthony Davis in the 2nd, Scotty Barnes in the 3rd. He is a Raptors fan, I believe, so I understand that. Brandon Ingram, Jalen Green. So Anthony Davis in the 2nd round, first of all, like I think you could get him a lot cheaper than that. I don't think by these standards in this mock draft that he would have got picked if you would have held off. So I think you could have grabbed someone else there, but it just depends on what you were looking for. A lot of people have faith in Anthony Davis. I personally, at this point, with my history with him burning me year after year after year, getting burned by Anthony Davis, I'm like totally over it, and I don't recommend that people draft him. And I haven't created the video yet, but I'm gonna create like a don't draft, type deal for Anthony Davis. Anybody who's checking in the live stream, please do me a favor in the comments. Let me know where you're checking in from, and also please subscribe and like this video. So my man Raps in 6 has 11 seconds. He might have stepped away because he's coming right down to the wire, unless he's having trouble deciding. He might get an auto pick. Oh, no, he picked Tyler Hero. We got to talk, man. Like, I don't know about Tyler Hero either, man. I like him. There's just a lot more value here for me. I like CJ a little better than him. I even like Jalen Brunson better than him. I like Christian Wood, Capella, Tobias Harris, Jakob Poeltl. I think Tyler Hero can be solid, but I don't know if I would have drafted him there. Valanciunas, I think that's a great pick for the computer there. Jaden Ivey, another rookie that I'm interested in. Julius Randle, Franz Wagner, and then Raps in 6 is back up. For Raps in 6, I would think about maybe grabbing CJ here. Maybe Jalen Brunson. I would be thinking about Christian Wood, Tobias Harris. I would even look at Russell Westbrook here. Like Russell Westbrook could be very interesting here. He could be very interesting here. At 27 seconds, let me have a sip of this coffee. And let me know in the comments, guys, if you want me to let you know which kinds of coffees I'm drinking every morning. Because my wife grabs like these really exotic coffees. You gotta know, you don't know it until you know it. So let's see what we got here. 2 seconds left. Time ran out on my man Raps in 6, and he grabbed D'Angelo Russell. Ugh, computer grabs Miles Bridges. What is happening? No. After that, we got RJ Barrett, Devin Vassell, who I love, Jalen Suggs, Herbert Jones, Jalen Brunson. So I always have to do this. You have to check at this point in the draft if Chris Paul is around, right? So like drafting LeBron James is one thing. And you gotta understand like he's an older guy. There might be some injury concerns. And it's the same thing with Chris Paul. But people like Chris Paul is like dropping in drafts. Like no one's thinking about Chris Paul. I'm telling you that if you can grab Chris Paul like in the 8th, 7th, it's so much value. Like he's gonna put up numbers, even if he has a sharp decline. His sharp decline is gonna be mild compared to what you get from some basketball players. So for me, if I could steal him here, I know it's a reach compared to these draft standings or projections, but I'm grabbing Chris Paul because I know that he's a sure shot thing if he stays healthy. He is older, but the kind of production you can get from him is out of this world. So I'm grabbing Chris Paul here. And then we got on the turn, I still get another pick. So just to catch us up, I grabbed Chris Paul. After that went Okongwu, who I love, and then Kaminga. They should start actually a rap group. I think that would be really dope. The Kaminga and Okongwu. Anyway, I'm sorry. Okay, so let's get back to it. We just drafted Chris Paul, so like it looks like my roster is filling out, and I have a good amount of guards here. I got a good amount of guards, and I got some great wing play. And CJ McCollum is staring me in my face. Christian Wood is staring me in my face. Yaka Pirtle and Clint Capella. I never draft my fantasy rosters based on positions. Like, I'm not like, yo, I need to get my center now. I never. Like, if I have like a team full of guards because that's what I saw, then that's what it is. As long as people have, the ability to play different positions, I'm doing it. So I'm gonna grab CJ McCollum here just because he's staring me in my face, and I love CJ this year. Christian Wood goes next. Then we have Gary Trent, Isaiah Jackson, Yaka Pirtle. I love this pick. If you can grab Yaka Pirtle in the 8th round, he's going to put up numbers. Sadiq Bey, Cole Anthony, Marcus Smart, Clint Capella, Malcolm Brogdon. Don't like Malcolm Brogdon this year. And now we're at the top of the 9th. I have the 10th pick. I'm going to go ahead and make my pick and then come back and do the recap. So Mitchell Robinson is available. Mo Bamba, Davion Mitchell. It's getting ugly down here now. Now this is not where we want to be. Colin Sexton could be a really good play. We don't know where he's going to end up, but wherever he ends up, he's going to be putting up some buckets. Jalen Duren from Detroit, interested in that. D'Anthony Melton, Klay Thompson, Brandon Clark, Kyle Lowry, Isaiah Hartenstein, Killian Hayes. Ugh, it's ugly down here, man. It's really ugly down here. Moses Moody, Johnny Davis. I'm going to grab a few more rookies maybe at the end, but right now I want to see if I can get something substantial. So I'm not crazy about this pick, but I'm going to make the leap. I think that James Wiseman is going to, he's the number 1 pick in the draft, guys. Like, he is he was a prospect that people had a lot of faith in. He's healthy. He's playing on a championship team. I'm grabbing James Wiseman, and I'm hoping that he can put up some numbers this year. PJ Washington we're going to do the full recap. Let me do my next pick, and then we'll do the full recap. Then we have Mitchell Robinson still available here. Mo Bamba, Kevin Porter, Colin Sexton, Kyle Kuzma. And Kyle Kuzma, listen, and this is I got to get on the camera for this one. Guys, listen. Never in my long-legged life have I ever wanted to draft Kyle Kuzma. Never. But for me, I'm like a data guy. I look at the numbers. I look at what you did, how you've presented yourself, right? Especially when it comes to fantasy basketball. And last season, we had the opportunity when given the keys to the car, Kyle Kuzma put up numbers. Now, yes, Bradley Beal wasn't healthy. Porzingis was just coming to the franchise, joining the Wizards. So there were a lot of factors that influenced Kyle Kuzma's performance last year. So I get that. However, he was balling, and I always liked Kuzma, but I just never liked him in fantasy. Last year, he put up the numbers. He's a power forward. He doesn't have eligibility for another position here in Sleeper, but I'm grabbing him. I like the idea of seeing like, hey, can you run it back, Kyle? So we're going to pick you up and bring you back to the team. Let's do it. So just to catch us up, top of the 9th was Wiggins, Grant, Nurkic, Sharp, which I love, Green, LeVert, Murray, Westbrook, Hayward, Wiseman, I picked him. PJ Washington, Cam Johnson, Heald, Mitchell, Kuzma, Bamba, Isaac, Porter, Duarte, Sexton, White, Pokachevsky, Robinson, Highland, top of the 11th, Hart, Vanderbilt, Melton, Williams, Thibault, Thompson, Duren, Clark, Hayes, and then we're back up again. So now again, this is like the witching hour. This is like we're digging in the crates right now. We still have a bunch of picks left. Looks like 5 picks left, 5 rounds. So we got to get creative here. Isaiah Stewart, not so interested there. Ayo Dosunmu, especially because I already have DeMar DeRozan. And that's something you want to do, guys, is making sure that you don't have too many people from the same team. I know you might like, the Raptors or the Lakers, but don't draft the whole daggone team. I'm looking at Harrison Barnes here. I like him, like Norman Powell here. Obi Toppin, not so interested in him. Got 36 seconds left. Nick Claxton, that I could probably get him on the turn. I'm interested in grabbing him, though. I like Nick Claxton this year. I think he could have a breakout year. I like Alex Caruso. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of action there. And I know I have a couple Bulls players, so I might not make that pick. I just like the idea of knowing he's there. Okay, so for me, Hardenstein, again, not a sexy pick, but I think he's going to have a good year in New York. So we'll grab Isaiah Hardenstein. The Sumnu goes next, Griffin, Bogdanovich, Daniels. Then we're back up again. Not sexy picks, not stuff that's going to like win your league at this point. I'm looking at Rashawn Holmes. I'm looking at Harrison Barnes, 2 guys who play for a really crappy team. But for me, I didn't draft big men early, so I grabbed Wiseman late. I grabbed Hardenstein late. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab Rashawn Holmes as well. So after Hardenstein was the Sumno, Griffin. Top of the 12th was Bogdanovich, Daniels, Holmes, Quickly, Lowry, Stewart, Barnes, Hayes, Powell, Hunter, Mathurin, which I really like, Moody, Johnson, Eason, Monk, Davis, Toppin, Markkinen, Shokin, Conley, Covington, and we are back up again. I'm interested in grabbing Nick Claxton here. Just want to check to see how many big men I have. Vucevic 1, Wiseman 3, Hardenstein 4, and then Rashawn Holmes is playing power forward though, so I'm okay with grabbing Nick Claxton here. Let me just take a look at the rest of the field here, make sure I'm not missing something. Yep. So I feel confident in grabbing Nick Claxton here, and again, and it's speculation. His breakout season is all speculation, but I think he's gonna do well. Portis, Brooks, Primo goes at the top of the 14th. Kelly Oubre Jr., and then we are back up again. So Nazir Little is interesting here. Chuma Kiki, Spencer Dinwiddie. It looks like that's who I'll be drafting. And again, people for category leagues, Spencer Dinwiddie is not that guy, right? But I think for points leagues, considering the fact that he's been known to like put up buckets, he is a little bit of a streaky guy, but I think he's found his way in Dallas a little bit, and this will be his first full season in Dallas, and I imagine he'll only improve. He's the type of player that can literally take over a game when you need him to, and I think playing alongside Luka Doncic is going to kind of relieve some of that scoring stress that he might have on his shoulders and on another team. So I like Spencer Dinwiddie here. So we're going to go ahead and grab him, especially this late. I love it. Spencer Dinwiddie. Next is Jayshawn Tate, Denny Advia, Nazir Little, Gafford, Bagley, McDaniel, Smith, Akiki, Finney Smith Jr., Justin Winslow, Aaron Gordon, Horford, Jones, Caruso. Love that pick. Fultz, Brissett, man. And this is our last. This is where I like to really look and see what rookies are left. So we got, oh man, I'm grabbing this guy everywhere. And people don't know about him, and people honestly don't care about him. Nikola Jovic. He is, what I hear, he is like a future superstar, but he might not get playing time. So for me, I'm going to take a quick look around and see what else is out there. And then I'm going to go ahead and make the decision. Yeah, he's here, has small forward and power forward eligibility. Look him up on the internet. Check out what he's done. He's a foreign player, so he's not very, popular, and he's not being publicized like some of the other rookies. But if he plays or if injuries can play a factor in him getting that opportunity, it could be a game changer. So I'm drafting him a lot in late, in a lot of my mocks. So we'll grab him again this week. The other option I'd be interested to see is Thomas Bryant, to see what he'll do in Los Angeles with the King. But we'll get Nikola Jovic now so you guys can remember the name. Next up is DiVincenzo. And man, let's go ahead and do the recap to take a look at what our team looks like here. So get a sip of this coffee. Okay, so at point guard with our 7th round pick was Chris Paul. Tons of value. I love that. James Harden was our 2nd round pick. Also really happy about that. DeMar DeRozan in the 4th. I think that's tons of value. Kevin Durant in the 1st round. There are question marks around Kevin Durant. Yes, will he sit out? Will he get traded? But again, in a mock draft, especially, I'm going to take the risk to say, hey, if this guy plays, he could be, one of the top 5, 7 guys in points leagues this year. So I'm really interested in grabbing Kevin Durant. Paolo Banchero goes with my 5th round pick, which is early. I think for Paolo, I think it was an early pick and maybe a bit of a reach. But again, I've been watching him play in these summer league games with, or these like summer, street ball games with LeBron and DeJounte Murray. Like he is putting up numbers and he looks NBA ready. LeBron James was my 3rd round pick, tons of value. Nikola Vucevic, 6th round. CJ McCollum in the 8th round, tons of value. And then it gets a little shaky here. Wiseman with the 9th round. I think James Wiseman is a question mark. I think that he could have a good season. However, the fact that we haven't seen him healthy is a concern. But if you can grab him in the 9th round, I think it's a good risk versus reward scenario. Then we had Kyle Kuzma in the 10th round, which is crazy. I don't believe I'm saying that I drafted Kyle Kuzma. At least I didn't say I was drafting Anthony Davis. Sorry about that, Raps and 6. Then we have Isaiah Hartenstein with the 11th pick. Not a sexy name, not a sexy pick, but I think he's going to put up some numbers this year. Rashawn Holmes is in a space where somebody has to put up some numbers, right? So I think that's a solid pick, especially in the 12th round. 13th round, we grabbed Nick Claxton. I think he's going to have a leap this year. Those guys are all old. It's like a whole senior citizens center there in Brooklyn. So I think that a young guy, like a young and, bouncy, springy, slim, big like Nick Claxton could really carve out an opportunity for himself there. So I'm excited to see what Nick Claxton does this year. Then we got Spencer Dinwiddie in the 14th round. Again, Spencer Dinwiddie is a scorer. This is for a points league format. So I like Spencer Dinwiddie this late. And last but not least, Nikola Jovic, who I, again, know that many people are not talking about. But if he does get the opportunity to play, he can be a league-winning type of player. With that said, if you want more Mock Draft Monday content, if you want more fantasy points league and dynasty content, please do me a favor and let me know in the comments. Also, please join our private Discord server. If you need help with game picks for sleeper this year, if you need help with waiver wire ad advice for Yahoo or ESPN, if you need points league advice, category league advice, daily fantasy advice, NFT input, about NFL All Day, NBA Top Shot, please hit the link in the description of this video and join our free private Discord. Also, don't forget, bang on that subscribe button and hit us with a thumbs up and leave us a review on Apple Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you absolutely crush your week. Now get out there and make some game picks.